going back to the foundation, this is Beethoven, and there's different type of beats and how they inspire people, and it's just like what happens with how like the flow is made. I believe, and even probably where the inspiration comes from. Yeah, the sounds, but I really think it all has to do with like the counting, like literally like how fast the beat's going. But yeah, the counting and like what exactly is happening, like basically the rhythm in a way, I suppose. And that's probably like the most obvious thing in the world, right? But like you can inspire like um lyrics or like a song or something just from the melody. Like I've made, and that's very important too, I believe, because this is what I'm going to say. Because like I said, there's like different type of beats. There's beats that seem to like rely on the beat, right? And like those type of beats where the artist is like singing or like just doing anything, the pockets come into basically where how the words are said. You know what I'm saying? Like if I in my song have like a phrase to say that's gonna be the catchy phrase and it's like a bum 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 ba da bum ba da bum bum bum, that like that's how the flow would go. Like I don't care, but I'm always over here, but I don't care. How about we go over there? But I don't care. Like let's say that with the song, just something random. Most likely you're gonna have like a beat that makes I don't care. Dun, 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 I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make the I don't care part stand out. You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, if you have like a more like let's say melodic beat, maybe more emotional, it can be like a dark melodic trap beat. It doesn't even matter, right? And I'm going to say this specifically like the beats that Future raps over, just because like I'm not worried about making Future type beats. I'm trying to figure out how to make better instrumentals, basically through my dog. Yeah, I guess I could really just make solos that sound together. You know what I mean? Because like that's all instrumentals are. Like some guy just into the guitar solo. You got someone over there with a different instrument soloing what their vibe is. You know, and that's free. You know that like just that alone. There's no structure of like the dun 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 the metronome. Yeah, there's still that counting, but it's almost like the melody is like the counting from like the soul almost. You feel me? It's because if you had no drums and you were just sitting there playing guitar, enter Jason Mraz or something like that, you're gonna start singing. You feel me? You're not gonna have a structured flow that yeah, it sounds good. Like let's say like with Boss Man Dilo or some shit like that. I don't listen to that, but it's like I do know his flows. Like you know what I'm saying? You know his flow. You feel me? So it's just like there you go. Like maybe like this for example, cause like Kendrick Lamar, right? Kendrick Lamar's a rapper, but you don't really hear him like singing all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like bam 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 messing on a beat, bam bam bam. You know what I'm saying? That's the beat where the drums and all happening, right? Not really melodic, but then you might have a song where it's like I almost wanted to say working on a way, you know. You don't really need the drums, and it's not a comparison with like Drake and like Kendrick, but like just because he sings more, I don't really think you could probably have a whole Drake song with no drums. You know what I'm saying? But Drake songs are fire with like beat switches. Let me think of someone else because I already said Jason Mraz, but it's just I don't really be listening to people like that, like Nav, like early Nav. You need the drums. Like just think about that. Like um stuff again. That's at least like all ahead. Yeah, the drums are there, but it's just like how the melody went. It's just I mean I don't know, but like yeah, like you feel me? Because like I was thinking about putting words over this, and it's just like okay, yeah, I could put words over this beat. I could make the beat longer because as soon as I figured out the flow or a flow that could fit on this beat, I was like, all right, now I could just put words over the flow. It's almost like just just enter. I don't know. You feel me? Like there's a space. Let me just put words in that space. You know, feel me? Um, this is the flow without me saying any, without the beat playing, right? And it sounds very boring, right? It's like way too much heat. I might catch a stroke. Exotic gas and that's on a load. Smoking too fast, got me moving slow. All of this cash got a heavy for monopoly money. My niggas, let's stay on go. Come from the streets, now we in the hood. Um, and it's like if the lyrics are like that the whole way, it's like wow, it's not really switching up. The only thing that kind of switched up was like all of this cash got to have it for monopoly money. My niggas they stay on go. You feel me? Because technically, the lyrics before that it was like slight pauses, like way too much heat, I might catch a stroke. Pause. Exotic gas and it's on a low pause. Smoking too fast, got me moving slow. Pause. All of this cash got to have it full pause. Monopoly money, my niggas they stay on go. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could play with the context with the beat, but it's just like you're gonna hear that. All right, this is more like a beat instead of like a melodic beat. You feel me? So it's just like let me see. I'm not a rapper. Way too much heat, I might catch a stroke. Exotic gas and it's on the low. Smoking too fast, got me moving slow. All of this cash got it happy flow. Monopoly money, my niggas that stay on go. Come from the streets, now we in this hoe. We can go, you can never tell. Diamonds on my neck, we raise a bell. My niggas, they can come to jail. But, okay, I didn't say anything else after that. But like, I like to do this with my bars. Okay, so peep this, right? This is gonna be like maybe you never really caught it. Maybe no one's ever gonna catch it. I like to break the words up over like multiple lines. Like, yeah, it's like all of this cash got a heavy flow. Monopoly money, my niggas stay on go. You know, Monopoly. If you stay on go, you collect like $200. So we stay on go. We stay collecting type shit. You feel me? Also, it's just like come from the streets. Now we in this hoe, right? So we're talking about Monopoly. We're talking about infrastructure and all that shit, right? And Monopoly, can't you buy like hotels or something like that? I actually don't know, but like the Lex line was gonna be like came from the streets. Now we in this hoe. All of these diamonds you could never tell. Something like that. It's gonna end in tell. So we have like I kind of said Monopoly. Now we said hotel, streets. You feel me? It's kind of a weird thing to like to do with my bars. It's because it's just like, how can I fit this in a theme in a way, and it rhymes. Not too much of a theme, but then I can also break off of it and just keep rhyming it with something else. You feel me? But the thing is, it doesn't matter how I can do the words if it's like the same sound every time, like the flow. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, I guess I'm torn between like, yeah, I could make it from scratch. So that's the thing. I make it from scratch. So me in the DAW, you see all this MIDI, and it's just like there's like that counting again. Because I'm pretty sure in this like pitch thing right here, like I have some magic deja vu, and I've made the counting 1/8. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that kind of set the tone for the rest of the project in a way. And it's just like I like deja vu. I think halftime is good. Maybe it depends how you're making your melodies or whatever, because it's just like when you start chopping, right, you start adding that structure. All right, and there's nothing wrong with like chopping up stuff, like sampling, chopping, whatever. But like depending on how you do, you just start adding that structure. And maybe chopping wasn't the right word, but it's just like just be careful of the rhythm, I suppose, because the rhythm you make is like a foundation for what's to come next. You know, because the actual human element also has its own rhythm and all that stuff. So it's just like I've made and wrote songs, and they haven't become popular, but like songs that I've liked over beats that I haven't made, and it's just like, yeah, these beats are better. They've helped me like actually have more of a flow than like the beats that I make. You know, so it's just like, you know, one thing that I could probably take in consideration is maybe doing something more with chords when I make like songs, I suppose, if I want something more emotional, more progressive. Because think about that, you want your words to progress and go somewhere. Maybe chord progressions might help with that. You know what I mean? Maybe not though. But I'm starting to think that it is. It's because like the beats talking, the melody's talking, and so is the artist. And when the scale changes, right, you're not playing major. You know what I'm saying? The artist is also going to change. So if there's no change in the music, you're not going to hear any change in the artist, I suppose. And you know, I think that's a problem that I have to overcome. Like, yeah, I can sit here and maybe think that I have great creativity and stuff like that. But creativity in like what aspect? You know what I mean? Like, cause in this, when I was thinking about, okay, how can simplicity work with this? Because like I have these three sounds. How can I make just three sounds work over this beat? Then it got me thinking. With in relation to the flow, this is a beat, right? Screw the sounds. It's really like how the drums are and stuff like that. Because there's beats where you don't need sounds. And also, you got to think about how important that sound is to the beat. But that's just like kind of a thought that I had for today. I'm probably gonna end this video and make another video of me making something, and that's that.